Hello, hello, hello. It looks like I'm live, but I'm not actually sure. So, let's see if we can get some people on and if you guys can hear me and see me, that would be great. So, it looks like I'm live. Yes, it does. I'm happy. And hello, I think that's Suzanne saying hello. Well, I'm glad you are here. Yes, I'm live. So I think I will just wait for a few minutes to see if there's more people popping in. I see Millie, I see Corina, I see Joanna. Hi everybody, it's great that you're here. Let's see who else comes in. Ooh, it's filling up already. That's nice. I like that. So there's 13 people already watching and I'm only on live for 1 minute. Yay, score. I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Janice. Hi. All right, so you probably sort of know why I'm here because, well, this Facebook Live is called Let's Make a Map, a chat about it. And yeah, that's why I'm popping in live because, well, I want to talk about the brand new course that is about to launch next week. It's called Let's Make a Map. And well, as you may or may not know, I've submitted many illustrated recipes on the website theydrawandcook.com. You might know it. If you don't, look it up because it's an awesome website with thousands, really thousands of illustrated recipes, and they're made by artists from all around the world. Professionals, non-professionals, and just a lot of creative souls like you and me. And the wonderful thing is that there's an awesome sister website, and you probably know about it. It has thousands of illustrated maps, and it's called theydrawandtravel.com. And well, I love traveling, and I love drawing, and I can spend a long time just drooling all over the awesome maps that are submitted on this website by, again, all sorts of illustrators from all over the world. And then I always think, how do they do this? I mean, I have so many questions. I mean, I'm not really good at finding my way. I have a very bad sense of direction. I think my inner compass is broken. So that, I think that is already sort of a disadvantage I have. The websites, Romy, are, well, of course, sketchbookskool.com. There you will find Let's Make a Map. And I mentioned theydrawandcook.com. and theydrawandtravel.com. And They Draw and Travel, that is the website where you will find all those fantastic maps. Well, the questions that I have are, well, overall, it's how do those illustrators do this? How can you make sense of all the information that you need to provide in order to create an understandable map? How? What? Where to begin? How can you implement all those things? How can you indicate north, south, east, west? You know, is there a smart way for that? Can you actually turn that in a different way so it's easier to navigate the map? How do you decide what to put in there and what to leave out? I mean, I know for illustrated recipes that a lot of what you do when you're designing is making decisions. I mean, that's true for most art making. You just make decisions about color, about details, about what you will leave for the viewer's eye to, you know, to finish instead of putting all the details in there. So how do you do that with a map? How do you make sense of all the information you want to include? I mean, a map has streets, the places you want to point out. How can you make clear which is which? And of course, how do you tell the whole story that you want to tell with that map? Now, I once submitted a map to their Draw and Travel, and I think it took me weeks to create that. And if I look at it now, I'm like, oh, okay. But it's a fun map. It's still really a fun map. And it's years ago that I did this. But I feel a little bit intimidated about the whole idea of doing that. And that's why I've never done it again. And I am pretty sure that I'm not the only one who feels about this, who feels like this about maps. I mean, I love looking at maps. Also, we have at home, we have some really old maps of Amsterdam, prints of maps of Amsterdam. They just hang on the wall. It's art, you know. And yeah, so I wonder, how do you do this without feeling intimidated? And well, here's the great news. You already know it. The new course in Sketchbook Skool will teach us everything that we need to know to create our own illustrated maps. Now, Nate Padovic, he will be our teacher, and he is the founder of They Draw and Travel, and he is an absolute map-making expert. He makes maps for a living. He illustrates maps for a living. So he can teach us many tricks, and he will give us tips that will be useful in our sketchbooks. So let me see if in the meantime there are any things I'm missing in the comments. Yes, Eva, I am also really looking forward to this class. And you're scared too. I'm glad. I'm not the only one. That's good. Yeah, because I love traveling and I do it quite a little bit. I'd love to get a bit more into the habit of drawing maps of the places that I visit. Like adding the highlights of my trip or the places that I've been. And sometimes I try it. And very often I find it a little tricky because of that sense of direction that I lack. I mean, ask me, where should we go? Trust your gut. I will say, we'll go that way. Then go that way. That's really how bad it is. So I think I can use a little bit of help, and I'm sure I'm not the only one. So anyway, in spite of my inner compass disadvantages that I have, I really enjoy drawing maps because it's drawing. So yeah. And just a few days ago, actually, I visited Ottawa in Canada. I visited the National Gallery in Ottawa, and I saw a lot because I actually went to see the exhibition of, I forgot the name, the Group of Seven, but that exhibition, that whole art thing was traveling, so I couldn't see it. But that made me actually see a lot of rooms in the museum that I never would have gone to anyway, otherwise. And there was one thing that really stood out to me, and it was a map. It was a map. I forgot the name of the artist. I should look it up. Maybe someone knows it. If you're from Ottawa and you've been to the National Gallery, you might know what I'm talking about. His map is about Toronto and about how he misses her. He refers to Toronto as her. So at first, when I looked at the piece, I thought it was about a separation or something. It was really, it was hard. He was heartbroken because he missed the city so much. So then, as my eyes were following, it was sort of a timeline. And as my eyes were following the timeline, I discovered it was about a city and not about a girl. And the interesting thing was that he included very mundane things like sports events, things he ate in certain places in Toronto, or maybe even outside of Toronto, or things he missed, simple things he missed from Toronto. And it was really very, very personal, and I'd never seen a map like that. It was really awesome. And yeah, I want to make one too. So imagine all the creative ways to use maps in your sketchbook. And if you'd like to comment, if you have any ideas of maps that you would like to make, share your ideas in the comments, because I'd like to know, and I'd like to really get your ideas, and maybe I can pick up on some of them and learn from you. So let me have a look. Oops, I'm losing where I was. Anyone? Danny has a question in Dutch. Moet je je kaart op een computer maken? No, you don't need to make your map on a computer. Nate will explain how to use Photoshop or Illustrator. I think it's Photoshop actually, to polish your map. But of course you can make a map with just a pen and paper. Yes, and Eva says, I enjoy seeing old maps that look very wonky. I like that too. I like wonky. And Ali, I think I would love to make a map about an imaginary world, an imaginary place. Yes, I would love that too. And Robert says, a map about the Sketchbook Skool experience, including challenges and requirements. Oh, will you make one, please, Robert? I would love to see that. That's really a great idea. So let me see, because I listed a few as well. My ideas are not too original, places I've been to. You can make a map of places you'd like to go to. I may do that actually, because I want to update my wish list of places to go to. Might be a good way to do that visually. You can make a map of your thoughts. That could be interesting and insightful. Maybe a map of a trip you made, the things that you saw there. A map of your home, so that could be a floor plan. I have actually today I showed you that in my Draw Tip Tuesday video to make a floor plan. So if you don't know how to do that, I'll give you a little bit of tricks and tips in today's Draw Tip Tuesday. You could also make a map about from your childhood home, your neighborhood, the best places to eat or to have coffee or to drink or for cocktails in a city that you like. So there are many ideas. Let me see if you have ideas in the comments. Janice likes maps about places she travels. Yes, I do too. Carol asks, will the materials be available after the class is finished? Yes, they will. So the class starts June 12. We can all dive in and devour everything that Nate has to tell us. And then you can always get back to the material. So even if you can make it on June 12 to be there with the rest of us, that's not a problem. You can do the lessons whenever you want. And also if you've done the class and then after 3 months you're like, I have an idea for a map, but I don't really know how to do it. You just get back to the class, see all the materials again, and you'll be inspired to do your map. So that's, I hope that answers your question, Carol. Alison says a wish list would be nice. Yes, I think you can really map that out. Other map ideas from Linda are favorite places to eat, a map of life, directions from distances, places. I don't know, from distances, places. I don't know what you mean. But you could also, if someone is visiting you and you would like them to, get to know your neighborhood, you can make a map of it, of all your favorite places to go, and then they can visit those too. A map of my first 60 years, that would be great, Judy. And then make a map of the next 60 years. How about that? See what you can come up with, what can happen. The places to visit in Tokyo, I'd love to see that, Corina. Are you going to make a map of that? Be really, really good. Yes, Alison, I'd like to do a map of places I like in my city. I think that is really a great start because you already know your city and you know which places you go to very often, so that will be great to point out. That's actually how I did my first map for They Draw and Travel. I didn't even do the city, I just did my neighborhood. It was even safer. Joanna likes to draw maps to plan out what she wants to do the next day. Oh, that's good. It's like a map of your to-dos or something, or the next adventure. Yeah. And it helps to get you more organized. That's a good idea. I might pick that up too. It's a good one. When you're on vacation also. Oh, so you don't do that on a daily basis, but you do that on vacation. So you remember what you want to do and what you want to see. That's a good one. All right, Carol, you're in. Yes, awesome. That's great. So if you want to join Carol in Let's Make a Map, the course with Nate Padovic, it starts June 12th. Go to sketchbookskool.com. That's where you will find the course. You can sign up for just $29 and you're in. And then next week on Monday, we'll all start together and we will be making our maps. So it'll be super fun. You will get lifetime access. I'll say it again. And go sign up on sketchbookskool.com. So I'm sure if you have any questions, let me know. Just put them in the comments. I just want to show you because my mind is on maps right now, very much so. So I just want to show you the most recent map that I made. So I went to, here's the drawing I made that after my visit to the museum in Ottawa. It was a beautiful October day on June 2nd. Yes, it was kind of cold, but for an October day, would have been wonderful. And I met up with a bunch of fantastic artists, also sketchbook scholars. And if you want to read about this, I posted in the Facebook group, I posted a link to a blog from Diane, who really did a very nice article about the meetup. So that's just a sidetrack. Anyway, so I drew this place, the Marché Bon Secours in Montreal, and I had this whole space left. It was a white space, and I didn't want to do my next drawing here because I didn't have enough space. I wanted to draw this. So I had this white space left. I was like, okay, I can use this for a map. So I made a map of where that Marché Bon Secours is on the map in Montreal. And then I was left with more white space. So then, when I came back, I made this. See if I can get this really well in view. So what I did was sort of making a map of the start towards the finish of my whole trip. That was just a few days. And it's a little bit chaotic, but it's really fun. And there's stuff in there that I would otherwise forget that we did that, or the things that we ate. So I think this is a really fun way to also make a map, even if it's just chaos. That's fine too. And as we say, we like wonky, so why not like chaos as well? Let me see if you have any questions for me. Hang on, I'm clicking the wrong icon. Here we are. Let me see. Yes, Eva likes the idea of making the map of events of the day. Yeah, I think it's really a great way to do journaling, actually. And you can even include maps inside of your event map. I think that makes it really complicated, but fun. Thank you, Robert. You find it inspiring. So, do you guys have any questions? I was expecting a lot of questions, actually. Do we need any special supplies, Linda? Large paper? Well, that's a good question because the format of the, hang on, I'll start again answering this. I have to say I am a little bit jet lagged because I came back from Canada just yesterday. Anyway, what we will do is we will create a map. You can do it on any format. You can do it in your sketchbook. You can do it on copy paper. You can make it wherever, however you want to do it. But, of course, it would be fantastic if we can all make a map that we can submit to theydrawandtravel.com, because then we'll be, published. And that's awesome. You will have made a map, and then it'll be published too, and you can be super proud. So if you do that, it might be handy to have some extra paper handy that is a little bit larger, because the format of the recipes of They Draw and Cook, they are oblong, I think that's the right word. Go and look at theydrawandtravel.com, click submit, and there you will find the exact format that you will need. But you can also do it in, on two pieces of paper and use those as one together. So you can be just a little bit creative, and if you scan your work in, then you can just glue the two together. Are there any other questions? How did you get Nate on board to teach this course? Well, I just asked him. He was in Amsterdam not so long ago, in summer, and I met up with him, and I've known him for a while online because of They Draw and Cook, and they published my cookbook. So it was really great to finally meet him in person, and we were talking about Sketchbook Skool, of course, and I wanted to learn from him, so I asked if he would like to teach, and he said yes, absolutely. So that's how it goes, and he's really happy to do it. He made an excellent class. It's really, really great, and I'm so excited that he's on board. So I hope that answers your question, Johanna. Will there be lessons every day? Well, this is a little bit different than the multi-weeks, multiple teacher courses. It'll be about a week, this course, but as soon as the class starts on June 12, all videos will be available. So you can watch them all in a go. But it'll be really great to take at least a week to create your work of art, because it's quite a process. I hope that answers your question, Ingrid. Danny already answered that too. Do we use pencil, then pen, or plan to start wonky and leave it wonky? That is completely up to you. It doesn't matter. You can use pencil to set up your design and then go over it with pen or crayons or finger paint. It doesn't matter. Or you can just go for a free flow and use your pen right away. Go for wonky. It will be awesome in both ways. You know, whatever you choose, it will be awesome. So it doesn't matter. It's really up to you. And Nate will explain a little bit more about how you can set your design up. And he has a lot of ideas of how to choose your theme and colors and that kind of stuff. So it'll be really fun to do. Danny has a very interesting question. Did you film it with a drone? Well, I didn't, but Danny did. Danny went to San Francisco to visit Nate to film the lessons with Nate, and they took a drone with them because, of course, it's a map course, so we need to see things from up above. So we are we have such super technology that in the course videos you will find that, yes, part of it is filmed by a drone. Does that answer your question, Danny? All right, let's see. Just to make very, very clear that you do not necessarily need Photoshop or Illustrator. I think I already said this, but I just want you to know that you can do this with just pen and paper. Nate will give you tips and will show you how to scan your work and then polish it using the computer. So if you're interested in that, that will be an excellent extra. But if you're not, if you're like, oh, I don't even know how to scan or how to do this, that's fine too, because it's really about the process of making a map and thinking through what you want to capture inside of the map. Judy, you will not need a drone for this, but if you want to, you can use one, and please send us the footage because we'd love to see the drone filming you while you're drawing. That would be great. Let me see if I had anything else lined up to tell you. I think I mentioned everything. I'm a little bit out of focus, but yeah, I am just super excited to do this course because I feel like I can learn a lot, a really whole lot from this course. So I'll be doing my homework along with everyone else, and I can't wait to see what everybody's doing. I think this will be a really great class where we will inspire each other. And Danny asks if it's also suitable for kids. It is. This might actually be really fun to do with your kids, and they will probably come up with a lot of fun ideas that you might not think about. So if you have kids, bring them along. It will be a super fun activity to do together. So I really hope that you will be joining me. We will be starting June 12th, and you can sign up for Let's Make a Map and learn from Nate Badavik on sketchbookskool.com. So go there, find the course, click to enroll, and you're in. So it'll be super fun. If anyone has any questions or does want to tell me anything else, do it now because I'm going offline in 1 minute. When's the next course? Already signed up for maps. I can't wait. That's what Anita asks. Wow, you are already ready to sign up for the next one. Okay, well, we actually just adjusted our schedule. So our calendar. So I really need to think about what is the next one. But we'll have one in. I think we'll have one in July, starting in July, mid-July. We'll have one starting, and then also in August. So we have some fun stuff lined up for you. And as soon as we're ready to tell you more about it, we'll announce that. So keep that in mind while you are drawing your maps, Anita. No questions. I see thank yous and people waving. So I want to thank you too for your time and for your questions and your suggestions about what kind of maps you can make. Start thinking about those maps, and so we'll have all those maps on our mind when we're ready to learn from Nate. Go to sketchbookskool.com, sign up, and I'll see you in class. Bye.